Yeah, in three, two, one, here we go. Hello,
Okay,
everyone.
that's
We are gathered to conduct yet another debate, and we have Harsh today with us
very
after many days. Harsh, and the topic that we chose today is piracy, good or bad. Yes, and I will be supporting. I will be saying it is good, whereas Harsh will be against that. And we took
yes.
around 30 minutes to research on the topic, and here we are back on the let us go ahead. Maybe I will start because I'm in the favor of the topic, and then you go next. Okay, cool.
Fine. Yep.
Yes, let's start. Ideas are like candle. Lighting another does not dim your flame. Piracy is that candle which spreads knowledge, culture, and opportunity where it would otherwise have not reached. Hello, today I'm gathered here. We are gathered here to conduct a debate, and I'll be strongly supporting piracy is good. I have around 4 points to support my motion, and let me go ahead. First is about access and affordability. I strongly believe that piracy democratizes knowledge and culture. Like you get a lot of options when there is piracy available, and like it is better breach for those who can't afford it. Uh, Let me state a statistics. Over 97% of academic research papers are locked behind paywalls, and like they charge around $40 for each paper. So for in this scenario, it is I think 100% believable that piracy is good, as knowledge must be everybody's right and not the privilege of some few people. And this brings everybody on the same line, and like everybody could use their mindset and their creativity and get the things done. Okay, this makes me go on to the next point about creativity and innovation. As I've said that piracy acts as a catalyst for a person to gain their goals, and like I will list some of the ways by which it is done. Firstly, about mod versions of the apps. Like there are so many apps with mod version. It is again good for the developers there out there to test onto their skills. Sometimes if we are playing a game and like a developer wanted certain some other chapters, then they could use their creativity and indulge some other chapter in the game itself. So for the whole environment, it serves a very good win-win situation. Nextly, I would like to mention software platforms like Adobe, which charges around like $700 per year, and I think it is a lot for a person who is just starting into the industry. For a newbie, I think it is okay to use a mod version, and then maybe get your hands dirty. And once you are like good in the field, you could just avail any of the services once you start earning a good amount. So for that reason, I feel having mod versions are still pirated versions are still better. And in some nation, some countries, like average salary of the person is very less as compared to the whole pirated the normal subscriptions. For them also it becomes a very win-win situation, and again everybody is on the same level and they could do same efforts. On a lighter note, I would like to say that there's always one guy in the group who you ask any movies to them, any game to them, they'll go on the internet, they'll search some pirated website and like get the things ready. And on a lighter note, it is good also, it is good to have that technical skills, and I believe it is a skill to get the app or the services. Nextly, on a very deep end, focusing on the company side, I think it also pushes the industries to improve their security. Like we have somebody working as a crypt analyst who looks after their content not getting hacked. But it is a live example when somebody could mod your version, then to have a better security for yourself. And I believe in 2025 there are so many researchers out there, they could push their boundaries and get a better security checks, and yeah, that would be better. And I feel this is again rising to the situation of necessity is the mother of innovation. So since many websites are getting pirated, then they could have hire a better cryptanalyst. Okay, then my next point would be about AI. Like Gen AI is there right now. I think pirated data sets fuels AI innovation a lot. Although I do not have any legal claims to say that there is certain GPTs who is using pirated data sets and all, but I believe it is very evident and like we can't deny the fact. Okay, next, let me go to the economic perspectives about market and industries. First best thing is like there is so many options, so many OTTs right there, and like there are like like if I have to watch one show, I'll have to take one OTT. Then if I want to take other show, I will have to take other OTT, and it will be very costly for me. So market and industry, it help, pirated websites help challenge the monopolies. Like it help challenge the companies to adapt to a very affordable prices, and this helps the entire community out there. Okay, there's another concept of called try before you buy. Like when you have access to pirated games or any pirated shows, maybe you could try some of the version, and then when you want the updated version, you could just buy it. Like you could try and then buy, which is, I think, a very smart situation, and it again helps the market out there. And yeah, like for example, like any games, or if there's any course which I'm doubtful about on Udemy, I could just have some course out there, pirated course, and I can see if I like it, I can just buy it and get the certificate. And maybe a research paper, as I mentioned, then after reviewing each research paper, I could cite the one which I love the most. So it again helps everything. uh, Again, I would say, pirated website is an economy in itself. Like the ads, the donations, they are driving a different economy out there. uh, and my next point is about marketing, and I can't really emphasize on how great this pirated content is for marketing perspective. I think they are just win there. Like for example, piracies earn creators, gain fame, new audience, and future paying customers. Like we have seen nowadays that many of the old Bollywood movies are getting re-released because of the hype created by the pirate. Like people download pirated movies and they watch it, they love it, and somewhere there's a big crowd there who wants the re-release. Like I could list some movies like Sanam Teri Kasam, which got re-released recently, and this hype is very much needed, and I think pirated website drive this hype. Like again, I would like to mention statistics. Games of Thrones was the most pirated show in the history, and HBO CEO himself admitted that piracies actually helped them to gain that fame, make it the number one show out there. So again, I would again stress on this: piracy makes the content immortal for generation to generations. My next point and my last point will be about the cultural preservation. Like around 50% of films that were made before 1915s are lost forever. Okay, and many of the ones we still watch today is because of the piracy, and not because studios cared to preserve them. And I believe a story unread is a story dead, and it keeps up content for ages. It keeps a culture for ages, and thus I strongly believe piracy is good. And like old games, storybooks, movies, articles, research, which is not in market right now because of the less demand, they could be still accessed, and you could still have a lot of understanding of the previous like content. And there is also a reason, another benefit is there is like different geographical barriers are there. Like maybe a content of different language might not be published in my community, surroundings, because it is not famous out there and there's no demand for it. So piracy again helps, makes a win-win situation there. And that's it, everything I want to say. But I would just like to end by stating, the bangers like Bhaktoi Rickshaw Wala, Gangnam Style, Kulaviri D. We had all Honey Singh's songs on our phone out, in that time when internet was also not in the boom. So but today, all the stars are immortal, all the songs are immortal, and it is all just because of piracy. And with these four strong points, I rest my case saying piracy is a good and it's not bad. Over to you, Harsh. Thank you.
Yeah, so Keman, these were really amazing points. I really amazing listening to those. But I still believe that piracy is more harmful than the benefits it does. So I'll start by stating piracy is not some harmless shortcut, it's theft. It disrespects creators, destroys jobs, and also puts the users at risk. So suppose I download a new game and I through piracy and I start playing it. But what happens is that you realize that that game had a malware that like detects all the password or destroys your computer or creates problem for you. So in that way, you like saved 500 rupees by downloading that game through piracy, but you actually lost thousands of rupees because you downloaded a malware software. Because piracy is not some Robin Hood game out there; it's a mafias who are making gangs and distributing these pirated softwares with viruses in them. Also, piracy is destroying economics and the livelihood of especially the small creators. So, Let's suppose Cayman is a creator who has created a new beautiful film of 30 minutes. Then he has distributed it through a streaming software. But it was found that only some 10 people bought his software, but remaining 100 of them pirated it. So now Cayman is no more encouraged to create a new film, killing innovation. And also, Cayman is deeply hurt by what has happened. And Cayman has also like received less money than what he deserved. And and also, I feel in today's world, affordability. So in today's world, I feel is that digital content is taken for too granted. People are like everything out there should be available for free. So they want to like pirate everything and get everything for free. Even though the truth is that today the streaming platforms, so the games are more affordable than ever. For example, Amazon Prime you can buy at less than 100 rupees a month, and yet people will go on Telegram and pirate those shows. This also leads to higher prices. So what is happening is that only 10 people have bought the subscription, but and remaining 90 have pirated it. So Amazon has to now make profit out of these 10 people to survive, and thus it will keep a higher cost. Instead, if people had actually bought it properly, then Amazon could have lowered the cost even more, and thus it would have been even more affordable. Like it's 100 rupees today, but it might be 50 rupees tomorrow. So I'd like to just end by saying that digital stealing digital content is so normalized that people think it's okay today. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Great, Harsh. Rebuttal phase. Shall we go on rebuttal phase? Asking each other's
Sure.
questions.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to go ahead with the question, or shall I ask?
Yeah, I think go. I can go ahead.
Yeah.
I think the very first phase or one of the most important points you made is about culture.
Hmm.
That piracy is giving a culture. But the thing is that stealing or theft should never give rise to a culture. Because I already mentioned the example of Amazon. Like things could have been affordable, even more affordable. It's already affordable, around 100 rupees. So why do you want to steal it? Then when it comes to culture, it's not only the paid content. In today's world, we just have to watch a few minutes of ad and we can see those abundant of content available on the internet. So that is one important factor. So we shouldn't promote theft, saying that it's part of culture. In today's world, most of the things are now easily accessible and affordable as well. One more point,
Yeah.
one more example I want to give is of Napster. So it was back in the day when it was the time of CDs. So people used to like share CDs and all with each other. But suddenly what happened? Napster came in. So they were an online platform which will allow you to download all the music for free, pirated.
Hmm.
So, so this what happened is that every no more was buying the CDs and DVDs available online. So actually, lakhs of people lost their livelihood and they were forced to go and basically they were kind of worried. They can't even afford like their livelihood after that. So that is one of the examples I want to put up.
Yes. I'll answer that, Harsh.
Yeah.
Yes. Harsh, like your audio has become little dim. Is it because
Okay,
of
okay.
my? I can't really hear. Now I
Yeah,
can
might
hear.
be.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay, the first question was about you were mentioning about not promoting stealing, and whereas my cultural relevance was not, help the culture that I was mentioning was not about stealing, but the stories or the content which was their olden times and which are not relevant, like which is like people are not selling it now. I think that is stayed relevant even nowadays because of piracy. And the basic fact why it is not sold now and why it is not in the market is because of demand. Like nobody would like to watch old movies, or like if I'm in Goa, I would not really like to watch Italian shows. maybe, so nobody would showcase it there. And there is always a lot of like geographical bans, like certain areas won't be able to watch the content of the other nation because of some tie-ups or some company link up. So for all those reasons, I guess, the cultural relevance, like I could enjoy somebody else's culture, is available here due to piracy. And the next thing about stealing, like I consider stealing in other way. Like when I say stealing, I can steal, if you have a gold chain, I'm stealing it. But piracy is not like stealing, it is copying. If it is like you're drawing something, I will be showing your drawing to the world, and it is somewhere helping in the marketing perspective. Whereas I do agree that, sometimes piracy might go wrong. Like one immediate situation that I have in my mind right now, why where piracy is wrong, is when, there's a new movie out there and it is pirated the same day. That thing I think is wrong. And like it should be there, piracy should be there after few days or few months, so that even they could benefit from the legal perspective. But we can't really deny the marketing level that, piracy would provide. It would give a huge audience. And yeah, that is my take on that.
Okay, so we talked about nostalgia, like vintage things that are no more available, but piracy is making it available.
Yes.
And we also talked about promoting culture. But I again feel that we are again going back to the same old point, saying that digital content should be freeze normalized. Example, people have nostalgia about old vintage cars,
Hmm.
so that they don't go and just steal it. They go, they purchase it, they modify it, and do whatever they want with it. But in terms of digital content, well, we are okay. We are like, okay, it's just we are just making a copy and selling it.
Hmm.
We have like normalized it so much that people don't even think that it is wrong. And also heads off about making the copies. So again, the problem is that we again go back to the same problem. Like I put in the hard work day and night. I spend like 1 year. I spend millions of money to produce a film, and then we are coming and saying, "Oh, it's just a digital content. Let me make a copy of it and distribute it everywhere." So that is wrong. So only 10 people are paying it, and they're probably paying a higher premium so that this company can survive. And meanwhile, those 90 people are getting it for free without anything. So that is one issue I feel.
Yes, which is a very valid concern, Harsh. To answer that, I would say, for movies and all, like whenever there's content out there, you could maybe, you cannot really copy their ideology, the way of thinking, their creativity. You can't really copy that. You're just sharing the content, and yeah, that is my take on that. But don't you think having piracy, having piracy in academic papers or research papers will help, in better technical developments or other developments? What do you have to say about that?
Okay, I feel that we are like looking it in a wrong direction. So let's take the example of Napster. So Napster collapsed the music industry because CDs were sold everywhere.
Hmm.
So innovation came in. Basically, iTunes came in and those streaming softwares like Spotify.
Hmm.
So what they do is that give you like uh, they give you like cheap subscription. For example, like 100 rupees a month and 50 rupees, and you can go there and listen to music legally. Like even the artist is getting the recognition and the pay, and like that. So something like that should be done with respect to academics. We are anyways paying like lakhs of money for our what do you say education.
Hmm.
So even 2-3 lakhs a year for the fees.
Yes.
So we should be okay to pay like 5,000 to get a access. So we should have like subscription based model. You pay 5,000, you get the access for 1 year. 1 year, not even like digital content makes it available for so cheap. Even then, people want to steal everything rather than actually going and taking those legally.
Mm. Oh,
So innovation needs to happen, by and things needs to be handled in that way rather than we being okay with people going and stealing things.
yes. Okay, if I have to agree on like with your take, and if I say, piracy is bad, then don't you think because of piracy, the entire cryptographic situation, like security, the innovation in security increases because of that?
Okay, that's a good question. If piracy is increasing security, I feel that's part of the process. That's how it should be. But I think what not is there is that let's say you go in a bank and you try to steal money and you successfully steal it too. But next day you will be caught and made like punished for doing the same. In case of piracy, there's no mechanism like this. People keep continuing pirating. They keep making losses of money to people who actually deserved it, and it just continues. There is no punishment for that. So I think this is going in on like wrong for a lot of people in that way.
Okay. Do you have any more questions, Harsh, or like can we go ahead with the next phase?
I don't have more question, but we were talking about AI as well, like how piracy is helping AI to build. I mean, to build this new amazing technology that we have today.
Yeah.
Even we use ChatGPT to research for the current this thing now.
Yeah.
But the problem is that companies like OpenAI came openly stole people's data out there, the articles and whatever was there, and they trained their model. And now they are valued at around $500 million, I think, today. So a group of people are valued at $500 million today. Meanwhile, those writers whose content was used to produce this AI, they will be. It's said that they'll soon be going jobless because of all these things. Their same data that was used to produce that amazing technology will be used to automate their work, and they'll be losing their livelihood. So that's like a next level of piracy we will be facing in future. We are already facing now. So that is another point I felt should come into picture.
Okay. Was it a question, Harsh? Like
This one not a
uh,
question, but you can give your opinion on this. What you feel about it?
about AI and piracy, right?
Yeah. Are you okay with these big corporates coming and stealing people's data, making millions of dollars there, but in at the side talking about making millions of people jobless with the same data they trained the AI with?
Uh, okay, I think this is like before we should not like like if I'm in India and like I'm using all these platforms which are made by US. It before we should take it like aram say, but I think it is high time that even when these things are going on, we should have some platforms of our own in our own nation, like YouTube,
Hmm.
something other for you, alternate for YouTube, something alternate for Chat GPT. There should be in the nation itself, so that the data piracy is not going in other country and benefiting them. So I think that would be my take. And but we can, like in the nation itself, like for the benefit of the nation, I think it is okay for having pirated content to generate something better, but with it should be with the sightings proper, like giving credits to the person who has
Yeah.
been responsible for that.
So I think that's not piracy anymore. You're giving citing, and you might be even giving them some money and all in return to use their
No,
content.
not money, but citing is like even in movies, like we know who the actors are, who the directors are. So I think that is citing. But when there is like a article written by somebody, or maybe a photograph by somebody, you don't really know who is the creator behind that. So in that perspective, I feel giving sightings and credits is much more beneficial. And like on a bigger aspect, like on a research paper and all, like you have to give sightings, you have to give credits to the
Agree.
original creator.
Yeah, and I think it should also like eventually it should also go to this like compensation in return, because you are making a $500 million company there, and you are leaving them with nothing like free content. So along with citing, this should also be included eventually. I feel.
Okay, okay.
It
There
should
is
be.
a
Hmm.
great startups coming up nowadays, like who like
Hmm.
I know somebody who is doing this. Like they keep the in the medical field, whatever data you have, they keep it and then they sell it. They sell it like data, whatever data is of yours, you'll be owning it, and if any company wants, you as a person will sell
Hmm.
it to the company. And I think that is a
Hmm.
very good take. Like
Yeah, that's the way to go. We shouldn't go with piracy, but instead legal ways like this. That is the way to go
uh,
about it.
Coming back to the debate, like me supporting piracy, like I would like to ask you a question. Don't you feel non-pirated or the
Hmm.
normal way have much more features, and like pirated content has a lesser features? Like for example, I mentioned like you could gain a course, maybe some pirated course you could watch on your laptop, but you cannot gain the certificate. So for the certificate you have to go back to the normal content and get the certificate. So don't you feel,
Yeah.
the whole concept of try before you buy increases because of pirated content?
No, like nowadays, it sh- it shouldn't be like that. Try before you use. Like what I've seen is that Udemy gives 2 3 lectures for free available to you. So if you are understanding those lectures, if you feel these things will benefit you, then you can continue with that directly. You don't need to go and pirate the complete lecture, watch everything, and then say, "Oh, that was not for me. I've gained knowledge, but I don't want it anymore." Shouldn't be like that. Someone had like sat day and night, had made those videos, and thus if you are liking it, you already got the trial that Udemy is giving, then you can buy it and then you can use it later.
Okay. My another question to you, Harsh, will be like, you would you agree that most people cannot afford most of the content out there, and like some people, like as I've also mentioned, HBO CEO itself stated that due to piracy, Games of Thrones is become the most highest rated, one of the most highest rated series. So don't you agree that the content will be reached to all the levels, everybody, irrespective of their past or irrespective of their money that they're getting, and bring everybody on the same level? Don't you feel that is correct?
What I feel is that it's already the case. Like I've already mentioned that streaming content takes less than 100 rupees a month, but piracy is so much normalized that people don't even want to pay 100 rupees to watch those series like Games of Thrones or any other series online. So like, actually, if you see, it's really become a very big issue like that because everyone feels it should be free.
Yes.
And weird.
Okay, that's it. I don't have more questions. Maybe we could go to the next phase. Do you have any more questions, Harsh?
I don't have questions. Okay. Yeah, no
Yes.
question.
So next part is feedback part. Like
Actually, no,
you
there
can
was one point I had already prepared,
what?
and I didn't get a chance to say that. A point that I had prepared.
Okay, okay, just say it. Just say it.
I was just imagining like what questions you will be throwing on me, and one question I thought is that I pirate a game
Huh,
and it destroys my computer.
huh,
So what the usual procedure is that we go on a shop and we install a Windows for 100 rupees. Windows costs 3 to 4 thousand. That guy is putting a pirated copy of 100 rupees. So yeah, and I don't want to pay like usual is that people don't want to pay 100 rupees for to reinstall their computer and get it working again.
yes.
I was thinking on this point, like I was just arguing with me what can be the counterpoints and all. And one point I realized is that Microsoft has done like a has weaponized piracy and done a systematic killing of its competitor.
Mm,
So it's a known thing that it's an operating system. Microsoft is the one that is allowing this piracy to happen, like 100 rupees copies and all, going and installing on a laptop. Like, have you ever heard that Mac OS can be that easily installed on other laptop and all? So Microsoft played a very good game by keeping the security low with respect to that. So what has happened is that I went on the shop. Guy told me it will cost me 4,000 to install Windows.
mm,
So I'll be like, no, now I don't watch Windows anymore. All I do is that watch YouTube, just do some browsing. So the what the shopkeeper will do, he'll be like, then give me 100 rupees. I'll take the service charge and I'll install Linux instead of that. So because it's free for everyone, so it's freely installed on this computer. So in that way, what would have happened is that Linux would have got a more market share. Microsoft would have been forced to reduce its price. So it cost 4,000. Even when we buy a new laptop, we have already paid that 4,000 in that. If Microsoft had competition, it might have been 1,000 rupees today. But
yes.
they are in the monopoly. They will be always selling it. So they have like systematically killed their competitors
Mm,
like open source alternatives like Linux and all.
Hmm.
So I just made this point because when this strike my mind, I was like, damn, this is some next level gameplay Microsoft has done.
Yeah.
Creating monopoly using piracy.
Piracy,
That is what
yes.
I felt is like. So yeah, that was it from my
Yes,
side.
yes. Really good that you added this point after.
Yeah, I really wanted to like
Yes, yes.
give me thoughts that what they're doing.
Maybe if I had asked you a question in that line, you could have used it, but I did not really ask you about that.
I was waiting.
It happens. It always happens in
Yeah,
research topic
yeah,
that we prepare for something and nobody asks about that.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Really.
giving feedback, Harsh. Do you have any?
Uh-huh.
Okay, anything to add, or can we go on the feedback part?
No, no, yeah, done from my side.
Okay, feedbacks. First about you. I really liked how you listened today. Like entire debate, you were like listening, which is a very good sign. Even in professionally, if you are listening to your boss or somebody, you might get some benefits.
Majidur brother.
Then I liked how you started by admitting that, giving me what you said, giving some saying that it's good whatever you said, but I'm starting with this. That was really nice. What the thing that I didn't like from your side, maybe you should have had a better introduction, like a very shocking fact or some proverbs or some quotes which you lacked today. Because since we had access to internet before the debate, I think you should have tried to find out.
Hmm.
One good thing about you is you do a lot of case studies. Like even in previous debates, you take many cases and you speak on that, which is a very nice thing. uh, this is a first time research debate, so maybe the amount of time you were looking into the camera was less when you were speaking, so because you were reading, it should be like you should read it fast and then look in the camera and elaborate. So I think that felt a little loose. uh, then yeah, that is it. And maybe start like whenever you have points, you start with a very banger point and end with a very banger point, so that you could start with a
Okay.
impact and end with an impact. But I think that whole structure was not little proper, but you had good points. Yes.
Okay.
From my side, I was using some terms very much frequently, like out there, which I want to reduce. And today is the first time I was supporting something illegally, like piracy is illegal, but still I was supporting it. So I should have made a better choice of words. Like I should not have said piracy is good, but I should have said something else, being more ethical also. So I think that was somewhere I missed.
Hmm.
uh, what about you, or do you have any feedbacks?
Yeah, the first thing is, man, your intro was amazing. Like, I was honestly casually prepared. You already saw that.
Yes.
While your intro was so damn good, man. Like, it was amazing. Point on point on point. And okay, one thing I felt is that it was a little bit bigger. It did it was a lot of things.
Yes.
Some of the things could have kept under the sleeve, but again, that the thing happen is that it might not come up only.
Yes.
Yeah, like it successfully allowed me to hide some of the points. I think. Yeah, you know, right? You said a lot of points, but I didn't counter some of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the thing. And another is, and yeah, compared to like previous debate, the your progress can be clearly seen, man. Like
Yes. Thank you,
your
Harsh. Thank you,
speaking
Harsh.
style, everything is amazing. So,
Thank you, Harsh. Really
yeah,
appreciate that. Uh,
and it was amazing. And from my side, I agree. When you gave the intro, I was like, what have I even prepared and come here? I was confused
to be very
casually
honest, it
there.
was just 30 minutes research. I think now the whole body is trained 30-minute research. I have to do this. So it will
Mhm.
we have had around four research topics. So maybe that is the preparation, like
Okay.
yeah, training.
Hmm.
Yes, one more feedback I have for you, Harsh. Like whenever you're asking questions, look into the eyes of the person and then ask questions. Like
Okay,
you
man.
don't look down and ask question. Like it shows that you don't have confidence in your question.
Okay,
And
I got it.
uh, like especially while asking questions, I'm saying like you should look into the eyes of the person and ask. And
Mhm.
one
Okay.
like just felt to share with you, like if you want to
Mhm.
convince somebody, there are three ways to do that. First is have logical first is be very authentic person. Like if Elon Musk sits here and he says piracy is good, you will listen, we both will listen to him.
That
So
one.
that is an extreme
Raj
end.
Kumar is saying piracy. What?
So that is an
Okay.
extreme end, so we
Uh,
that is
uh,
not really possible for us. Next is
uh,
be very logical. Like as I have mentioned some percentage, like 97% of papers are under like under the paywalls.
Hmm.
So give some logical
Hmm.
arguments. And third
Hmm.
thing is play with the emotions. Like I ended by saying Gangnam Style, Kulaveri D, Honey Singh. So it heated somewhere in your
Hmm.
nostalgia. So these are three things how you could convince somebody very well.
Okay, let me tie that in corporate ones.
Yes, you could ask for some bonus from boss.
That architect will kill me.
Yeah, that is it, Harsh. And anything
Yeah,
else
this
to
was
add
amazing.
in the feedback, or
Let's
can we
see.
move to the next phase?
Yeah, we can move on to the next phase.
In next phase is nothing, just a normal discussion, irrespective of both the side. What do you support more, piracy or non-piracy?
Uh, Honestly, today's things change things a little bit. I don't know. Like I should like see. There was a time I couldn't maybe afford it,
Hmm.
but anyway, now I've got a habit of it. I've played like 5 6 games till now. All are pirated. Should I have been doing that? Like a movie costs me 500 rupees, which I'm okay to go and watch for 2 3 hours. But a game that I play for 2 3 months, I'm sitting and pirating that. So that actually raises questions to me if I should be continuing doing that. Then also the evil corporates now I want to dig more into that. I'll be like after the meet I'll be looking more into that. Microsoft thing and all.
Ah, okay.
That is interesting. Hmm. Okay.
Uh,
What do you think? Like,
what do I think? Like throughout the debate, I was supporting piracy because maybe also I have used many pirated websites or like things, but somewhere it hurts the ethics. Like I wasn't able to argue with you in the ethical line. And I think one best solution will be to have a good cryptographic system, like a very proper
hmm.
system. And if we don't make it no now in this current era, I think
Hmm.
later when quantum computing will be in high stake, that
Hmm.
time
Hmm.
everything will be very
Yeah.
pirated. So I think there should be more research made on
Hmm.
cryptographic side. And
Yeah.
to the other things, like maybe having a good software like Adobe's, like having
Hmm.
access to graphic designing. I think maybe,
Hmm.
you know, government should invest a little, like have give some subsidies to people who are interested in graphic
Hmm.
designing, maybe have some courses for them. And
Hmm.
I think that would reduce the piracy in that line.
Yeah. True. That. Hmm.
Like as you mentioned about the Microsoft thing, like 4,000. If the 4,000 rupees was is included in the full laptop itself, like everybody will buy
Hmm.
it. So maybe in the
Yeah.
school curriculum only, maybe 10,000 is first only they ask for the
Yeah.
scholarship sites or something like that. It will really help. And I think like yeah, that is the only thing I would like to say.
Okay.
Like make the content more available for the local market, and like then they will not be pirating it.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. This was good.
And one thing I'm really against is pirating the series or movies that day itself when it is released. I think it should not be like that way.
There's like a competition, like the day that movie is released, every big pirating organization will go and pirate it that day only.
Yes, yes.
Because that's how they become bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
That's how they get good piracy.
Maybe old
Like,
movies, old content could be pirated. That I would really agree on to,
hmm,
like 1950s. Who watches it? Like it's okay if you
hmm.
pirate it.
Yeah,
But
I'd actually even heard that licenses and all expire after some time. Like Mickey Mouse black and white version and all had expired, so anyone was going free to use it.
ah,
But
might.
uh, yeah, but then Disney came and lobbied them, and they got something back again. I heard. I don't
Ah.
know. Capitalist is weird.
Yeah, that
Hey,
is.
like randomly, I remembered one more feedback that I can give is that I felt like you agreed with me some of the points. Is that okay to do in a debate, or
uh, it
we
is
should
not
smartly do
really
it?
okay to do that, but maybe today I was supporting something which is not that legal. I had to agree on some point, like uh, somewhere I agreed that I do agree piracy is wrong for this. I said, but so I agreed on certain part, and that said, but still I should avoid agreeing completely. One more thing you could have mentioned, Harsh, is about the age restricted content that you could have pirated and accessed. Like maybe you're not 18 plus, but
Yeah,
still you
that's
could.
good.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Yeah,
I
I couldn't have like. played GTA when I was a kid.
Yes,
18 plus game it is. Majority people don't even know like till today.
GTA, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Waiting for the next version to pirate it soon.
If you have any good solutions of this, like whenever this video is uploaded, you could just come there and type what could be a good solution. Okay, we just
Hmm.
thought for ideated for 30 minutes. Maybe as we are going, we'll think more on this, and whenever we have time, we'll just comment. Yeah,
So from my side, I should have actually invested time. I was doing time pass actually.
maybe you should have invested a little more time, but it is a good learning, I guess. It was not waste. Like we both learned a lot through the whole. Like it made
Yeah.
us think. That is the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
And even
Only like
that
got
thing,
a few
right?
points and like done. Yeah.
Like sometimes even in professional settings, you are not prepared
Mhm.
for whatever you are going to say, but still you
Yeah,
handled
yeah.
it. So you trained yourself in that scenario. So it is good.
Agree with that. Like you prepare with one thing, and that guy will be there in the meet.
Yes.
So like I'm not talking about the normal team meets and all. There like everyone is at kind of same level only. So we just fight with each other openly. That's fine.
Yes.
But then comes with the meet with big people who have a proper authority.
Uh,
So that time it's like might have 4 points to make, but he makes 1 point and then he wants to divert the topic completely somewhere else.
uh,
You can't stop him. You have
yes.
to listen to him. You have to say that at the end you can say, "Yeah, I had like few other things to discuss. We can discuss it later." Like of course, in the beginning you mentioned what things you have to discuss, but even after that, there's a high chance that you might only discuss one topic that day.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a weird thing.
Weird.
So that's why it's not like worth it to prepare everything because after his first point, it might be like the latest point are no longer required.
Relevant. Yeah. Yeah.
It's also like they have the knowledge now, whole knowledge base and all. So once they give you some new information, you come to know other things are not required only. So
Uh,
some amount of information is enough. Then you can discuss it in the meet and say, what I don't know, I figure it out.
yes. Just
So I
I
think,
remembered one more point you could have said, Harsh, is like I
Mhm.
mentioned it improves creativity, but you could have said that
Mhm.
we have so much access to the content out there. Like we'll get more distracted. We'll download one movie, we'll download another movie. We just keep on
Ah,
in the loop. Maybe that was a good point about distraction.
yeah, I could have- yeah.
Yeah, that is it, Harsh. Like it was really great by talking to you after a long time, and it was a
Yeah,
great
sure.
discussion. Yes.
Uh,
I stop the meet because sometimes it gets crashed. Okay,
uh,
like the recording I stop. Do you have anything else
same.
to add, or can I stop the recording?
Stop the recording.
Thanks for coming, Harsh. It was really great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was